My research focuses on trying to understand the implications of the bacteria in the human vagina and how they function to maintain women's health. What we wanted to do was to determine whether or not the bacteria that are found in the human vaginas of women in different ethnic groups were similar to one another or not, and whether or not there were differences that could be seen between these women. And so we did a study of 400 women in total, about 100 of each of the women in the different ethnic groups. And what we found is that there were 5 different kinds of microbial communities that we could demonstrate in these women, but the proportion of these communities in the different ethnic groups varied, so that the information that you might think might be true for Caucasian women would not necessarily apply to women in, say, that were Black or Hispanic. The data that we obtained from this study were analyzed using a method called principal component analysis, where you can distinguish differences in communities quite easily. And when this was done in 3-dimensional space, it was shown that these communities formed a tetrahedron. And so there were three groups at the base of the tetrahedron, one at the top, and that the different women would be found in different points in that tetrahedron, as well as occasionally women that were intermediate forms between those two. So it gives us a sense of the variability that can occur between women in terms of the bacteria that are found in their vaginas. In general, people don't like to talk about women's reproductive health because it inevitably involves talking about the vagina and things that are normally considered to be very private matters. And so they don't really talk to each other very much about it. They don't talk to their partners about it, and they don't ask healthcare professionals about it. And so a lot of the information is passed along through word of mouth and through sort of folk knowledge. There have been a number of studies that are being done to try to understand the differences between us as individuals and to understand how those differences might affect our risk to cancer and other kinds of diseases. It's led to the idea of personalized medicine, meaning that information about your personal risk factors could be incorporated into giving you advice and perhaps differences affecting your lifestyle and other choices you make.